Bum, 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum. All right, I need to remind myself that there's more to life than the conflict on hand that I'm dealing with. I get very vengeful sometimes, and it does not work to my benefit. This morning, I was on a subway train in Taipei, and I don't know how many of my viewers have ever been to Taipei. It's a very crowded place, right? And I had the misfortune of sitting down next to some guy with a really strong cologne. It was giving me a headache, and he was sitting to the left of me, and the guy to the right of me got up to get off the train, and I moved over away from him, and he decides to move over to the middle of the seat, and I'm just really upset. I get up, and as I'm leaving the seat, I wave a Peter Dislike at him, and he was very upset, and he looked at me in a funny way, and it just created. And when I finally got off the train, I was in such a mess that I spilled my backpack all over the floor. Thank God I didn't lose anything this time, but that's the kind of drama that causes me to lose things, and also causes me all sorts of chaos when I'm out and about. That's definitely something that I need to avoid. But I leave a comment on here. How do you how do you signal to somebody? I'm moving there, but it's because I'm trying to move away from you, right? I was more upset at myself that I wasn't able to signal that more than anything else, right? But anyway, anyway, I. I get very tensed up about little details like that, and so it causes me to lose sight of the big picture. I bet I miss out on a lot of connections because of stuff like that, right? I mentioned how ever since coming here to Taiwan moves at a much slower rate in terms of things. Thank God I only have these things like once a month, right? Back home in the U.S., I'm having these kind of situations daily because people just move so fast, right? A lot of times you don't get a chance to think through before you act because before you can think, other things have come up, right? I've mentioned how some people, in fact, the guy on the train today, he wasn't rushed or anything. I was just tensed up. I had other things going on. I'm getting ready for a big trip with the girl I met here in Taiwan, and so I'm just in a mess right now. I've never made it this far with a girl, and I'm a little bit tense up because of it. I wish life moved slower. Life moves too fast for me. I can't seem to make take enough time for critical decisions in my life. Right. Um, this guy, well, he was on a train, right, and I really wanted to tell him how badly he reeked. Had this been a roommate at the hostel, and I had all the time to think about how to tell him, it might not have played out that way, right? It really goes to show I don't make the best decisions when I'm under time pressure. And it sucks because that's one skill you don't get to practice until you're under time pressure and you make a mistake, right? You don't get to say, I'm going to go out this Saturday and practice time pressure, right? I wish there was a way to do that, right? All right, so I guess that's something that I just you never know when you get to practice it, right? It comes sporadically, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.